Imagine a world where we could predict the rise of future dictators. What if prophecies could help us foresee and perhaps even prevent the rise of such autocrats? Prophecies, these cryptic messages from the unknown, have intrigued and puzzled humanity since ancient times. They are enigmatic forecasts, often shrouded in mystery, and their interpretation has been a subject of intense debate among scholars, philosophers, and enthusiasts alike. Now let's add the concept of power into the mix. Power, especially in the form of dictatorship, has the capacity to transform societies, for better or worse. Throughout history, there have been fascinating instances where prophecies have been linked to the rise of dictators. These powerful leaders, with their iron fists and unwavering ideologies, have left indelible imprints on the pages of time. Their influence has been so profound that they've shaped the course of nations, and even the world at large. But what if we could predict their emergence? What if we could decipher the cryptic words of a prophecy and see the rise of such a leader before they grasp the reins of power? The implications are mind-boggling. We could prepare for the impact, shape our strategies, and perhaps even find ways to mitigate the potential risks associated with their reign. It's like having a crystal ball that gives us a glimpse into the future, enabling us to brace ourselves for what lies ahead. However, it's not as simple as it sounds. Prophecies are notoriously difficult to interpret, and their meanings often become clear only in hindsight. Plus, there's the question of free will and the countless variables that can alter the course of events. Yet the allure of prophecies, of knowing the unknown, is irresistible. As intriguing as it sounds, various prophecies throughout history have pointed towards the rise of powerful leaders. Let's delve into them chronologically. Travel back in time to the world of ancient prophecies. Surprisingly, they hinted at the rise of some of history's most notorious dictators. In the annals of ancient history, there are prophecies that seem to foreshadow the emergence of formidable leaders who'd wield their power with an iron fist. One such prophecy is the prophecy of Tyre, a city in modern-day Lebanon. It was foretold that a conqueror would rise, laying waste to the city's walls and reducing it to rubble. Interestingly, this prophecy may have found its fulfillment in the exploits of Alexander the Great. Alexander, a figure synonymous with audacious military prowess and unyielding ambition, indeed waged a brutal campaign against Tyre. The city's once towering walls were brought low, its grandeur reduced to ruins. The prophecy of Tyre had seemingly come to pass, but to definitively link this to Alexander is a matter of interpretation and debate. Yet the prophecy of Tyre is not a solitary instance. Across different cultures and times, there have been other prophecies hinting at the rise of dictatorial figures. In ancient Rome, for instance, the Oracle of Delphi prophesied the ascension of a wolf-born leader. Many believe this was a reference to Romulus, Rome's legendary founder, who was said to be raised by a she-wolf. Romulus, though a revered figure, was also known for his autocratic rule. In the East, there were prophecies in ancient China that spoke of a dragon from the north who would unite the warring states under his rule. This prophecy is often attributed to Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China, known for his despotic reign. These examples illuminate how ancient prophecies might have hinted at the rise of dictators. However, it's important to remember that prophecies are often enigmatic and open to varied interpretations. To conclusively link them to historical figures requires careful scrutiny and a healthy dose of skepticism. Ancient prophecies, shrouded in mystery, may have predicted the rise of dictators, but what about prophecies in more recent history? Fast forward to the modern age, where prophecies continue to be intertwined with the rise of autocrats. One can't help but delve into the enigmatic predictions from the 16th century by Nostradamus, a name that resonates through the ages. His cryptic quatrains, written in a mix of French, Latin, and Greek, have been interpreted and reinterpreted over centuries. Many believe that his prophecies predicted the rise of some of the most infamous figures in modern history. Take, for example, the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte, the French military leader who became the Emperor of the French. Some Nostradamus enthusiasts argue that the prophet foretold his rise to power. A quatrain that mentions a child of Europe rising to power has been connected to Napoleon, who indeed changed the face of Europe. Then there's the rise of Adolf Hitler, a dictator whose deeds still send shivers down our spines. Again, Nostradamus enthusiasts point to a quatrain that speaks of a great scream and a new sect, which they interpret as the rise of Nazism and the horrors of the Holocaust. But it's not just Nostradamus who has been linked to modern autocrats. There are numerous other prophecies, some vague, some specific, that have been associated with dictators. For instance, the prophecies of Baba Vanga, a Bulgarian mystic, have been interpreted as predicting the rise of dictators in the late 20th and early 21st centuries. However, skeptics argue that these prophecies are so ambiguous and cryptic that they can be interpreted to fit almost any event or person. The human mind, they say, is excellent at finding patterns where none exist, leading us to see connections that are perhaps merely coincidental. Still, the allure of prophecy is hard to resist. The idea that someone centuries ago could predict the rise of modern dictators is both fascinating and terrifying. It forces us to question the nature of time, destiny, and the human capacity for power and cruelty. Modern prophecies, despite their ambiguity, often seem eerily accurate. But can they predict the rise of future dictators? The future is a vast, uncertain expanse. Could prophecies help us navigate its treacherous waters to predict the rise of future dictators? As we delve into the realm of future prophecies, we find ourselves on the precipice of a vast unknown. The concept of prophesying future dictators is a complex web of possibilities, riddled with potential implications on a global scale. Imagine, if you will, a world where we could predict the rise of the next autocrat. Would this knowledge empower us to prevent their rise to power, or would it simply create a self-fulfilling prophecy? Would foreknowledge of a dictator's rise create a paradox where, in trying to prevent their ascension, we inadvertently set the stage for it? The ethical implications of such predictions are equally daunting. If we knew the identity of a future dictator, would it be morally acceptable to intervene? After all, the person in question may not yet have committed any wrongdoing. Or would it be more ethical to let the prophecy unfold naturally, knowing the potential harm a dictator could cause? Furthermore, the power that comes with such knowledge is immense. It could be used to manipulate political landscapes, or worse, to engineer the rise of dictators. This power could easily fall into the wrong hands, leading to a dystopian future where prophecies are weaponized for political gain. Then there's the question of the prophecies themselves. Are they inevitable, predestined events that we are powerless to prevent, or can they be changed with our actions? The nature of prophecies is inherently elusive, adding another layer of uncertainty to this conundrum. In essence, the potential to predict future dictators through prophecies is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it could provide us with a chance to shape our future for the better. On the other, it could lead to misuse and manipulation, potentially causing more harm than good. The potential to predict future dictators through prophecies is as fascinating as it is frightening. But what does all this mean for us? It means we must tread carefully, understanding the gravity of the potential outcomes. We must consider the ethical implications and the responsibility that comes with such knowledge. After all, the future is not set in stone, but a canvas on which we paint with our choices. The ability to predict the rise of future dictators through prophecies is a double-edged sword. What does it mean for us and our society? As we delve into the implications of such predictions, we find ourselves standing at the crossroads of knowledge and morality. On one hand, prophecies could serve as early warnings, enabling societies to take preventive action. Imagine if we could foresee the rise of a tyrant and could take steps to avert the looming crisis. The potential to save countless lives and prevent socio-political upheaval is immense, yet this power of foresight could easily be misused or misinterpreted. Prophecies are often enigmatic, open to various interpretations. They could be used to stoke fear, manipulate public sentiment, or even to justify actions that would otherwise be deemed unacceptable. The very act of predicting a dictator's rise could inadvertently catalyze their ascent to power. This is where the ethical considerations of such prophecies come into play. In the realm of ethics, we must ask, is it right to act on a prophecy before its fulfillment? Is it fair to judge and condemn someone for deeds they are yet to commit? These are not easy questions to answer. They challenge our notions of justice, fairness, and free will. Moreover, the existence of such prophecies could lead to a self-fulfilling prophecy, a paradox where the prediction itself triggers the events leading to its fulfillment. This raises further questions about the nature of fate and destiny. Are we mere puppets in a predestined play, or do we have the power to alter our course? Prophecies, dictators, and the future are intertwined in a complex web. As we ponder upon the implications, we are left with more questions than answers, and perhaps that's the true power of prophecies. It isn't just about predicting the future, but also about understanding the profound impact these predictions have on our actions, our ethics, and our understanding of free will and destiny.